Hello and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm the executive producer here, John Bates, and I've got a few pre-show notes for you. First of all, I'd like to thank our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, Samantha Bates, and Maureen Montee, without whom we wouldn't be able to do much, especially not all the content that we put forward now. I also want to thank all the people that have joined on with us since the, I would say, successful experiment that was Midsummer Night's Dream. If you're interested in that, go check out our YouTube channel, where youtube.com/Sensaku, where we performed the world's first, as far as we're aware, live stream production of a community theater performance of A Midsummer Night's Dream. That sounds like a lot of qualifiers. It's more just because that's the way I talk. Please go enjoy them, give us feedback, let us know if you'd like to see more of that in the future. If you'd like to support us financially, you can do so on our Patreon page at patreon.com/FSFilms. You can also follow us on Twitter at Final Show Films, or follow me personally at John A. Bates for all future updates and live notifications for our live stream. In the meantime, sit back, relax, enjoy. And we're live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Final Show Films Adventurers League. It's been a while. There have been a number of problems. Life has been very busy, but we're back in a new time slot with a couple of roster changes. Literally, we got John back. But welcome back to this Final Show Films Curse of Strahd campaign. We will go ahead and get right back into the swing of things by starting off by introducing our players, starting with Jeff.
Hey, I'm Jeff. I'm playing Jonelle, the elven Sun Soul monk.
And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and I'm playing Connie, I think I've lost my voice, he's barbarian human.
That's an impressive rate of losing your voice.
Yeah, that was
a couple of minutes.
So, no, I started trying to talk, and now it hurts.
Oh.
Before, and I think the fact I was having bubbly soda probably didn't help. So I might go grab some tea.
Well, yeah, don't push yourself on our account.
No, I'm good on the playing part.
Okay. And Jeremy.
Hello, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Krethic, the Hobgoblin Paladin.
And rejoining us again, John.
I'm John, and I'm going to be playing Zorm, the Githzerai Cleric of War.
Who will be joining us shortly, because as it turns out in Curse of Strahd, character transitions are simple as it gets.
Really fucking easy. You're all at a funeral, fog rolls in. Half the people around go, fuck.
But when last we left, the group had battled their way through much of Argenvostolt, the ancient home of the Order of the Silver Dragon, battling their way through the remnants and revenants that occupied the place from previous times, and came to battle with the remnant of one ancient Vladimir Horngard, the former Lord of Argenvostolt. A battle which both Valus and Ismark, the son of the Burgomeister of Barovia, did not survive, with Ismark having sacrificed himself so that the group could finish off or get away, their choice. Eventually they did manage to at least temporarily deal with Vladimir Horngard, but at the cost of both him and Valus. They brought both of the bodies back to Valaki, where a service was performed by the priest of St. Andrew's Church, Father Lucian Petrovich. And we left off with Krethik swearing to Irina Kolyana, distraught over the death of her brother, that he would not rest until he had defeated Strahd in her name.
Metaphorically, of course. We're not talking about literally, I'm not going to take a long rest at any point until we're done with this, because I got abilities that need recharging, folks.
Never again. You made an oath. Just get toothpicks and go.
No, I'm up. We're killing things? Okay. Yep. So that happened. Certainly that won't come back to bite me in the ass.
You swore an oath. And that is where we pick up with the group having made their final farewells to Valis and Ismark and preparing to move on to the next step of your journey. Were you intending to return to Argynvostolt and finish what you had started, or were you going to cut your losses and move on elsewhere?
I mean, Krethik, just sort of once we sort of step out of the church and off the ground, it's like, so tell me of this Strahd. What do we have to do?
From what we know, Esmeralda says, Strahd is a powerful vampire who lives within the castle that he rules his realm from. And to destroy him, we have been given task to find numerous artifacts that will aid us in the battle against him. We have one of them. 2 of the remaining ones we know are within the confines of his castle, which means we will either need to go there to retrieve them and immediately go to battle, or go there, retrieve them, and escape. To come again and fight when we are prepared.
I see. Well, what else do we have? What else is there? Are there other places to...
The place where we lost our companions is still, from my understanding, under the fell influence that causes its bodies to rise as revenants. So if we wish to not leave their business unfinished, we could go back and accomplish what we had come there to do.
Certainly not opposed to that. That's what my order does.
And I would not be adverse to putting in the effort to cleanse that keep.
Though be aware, of course, that sufficient time has passed, their bodies have likely risen again.
Connie will sort of flip through her book, and one should never abide by the ugly, the evil, the undead. Flips many more pages. There is a valuable to a ritual of morning preparation to proper beauty. Care for the skin and hair should be undertaken regularly, and proper equipment is always required.
Oh,
So, Bay, then better prepare ourselves. Is there anything else that we could acquire? Anything that would be helpful? Holy raiments? Anything that would help us against the undead? Because just charging back in is not the best of plans.
Well, what did you encounter there? That will...
A large number of revenants, and the leader of the revenants, the remains of one Vladimir Horngard, conjured spectral warriors to his defense.
I see.
And the 3 revenants we put down will be back. But if they remain in the cathedral, we might be able to just simply bypass those. And
there is a value to foreknowledge.
Well, if what you're saying is you, the rest of you could use a rest, that probably wouldn't be the worst idea. I'm fresh and strong, but something this formidable, we could all be on our best.
Shall I rest at the Blue Water for the evening and move on in the morning then?
Perfect.
To the inn then. And so the group of you convene at the Blue Water Inn to take a long rest. But you all get in.
I genuinely don't remember. Have we explained to Krethik that we totally alerted the town guard last time we were here?
I don't think that came up.
Okay.
No, that did not come up.
Thank you. So, yeah. Because according to my character sheet, I still need a long rest as far as I can tell.
Yep.
Very well.
So you all take a long rest.
Yes.
Meanwhile, somewhere else entirely, in the astral plane, Zorm, you stand on the prow of the Elder Revenant, watching the astral sea drift by as you and your crew scan the horizon for your next conquest, goal, quest. It all blends together with time. But as you observe the surroundings and the endless expanse of the astral sea, keeping an eye out for dangers or potential targets, something strange catches your attention. The astral sea is massive, expansive. It's practically the outer space of most settings. But there's a strange mist rolling in, which is not typical for the astral sea to even bear mist. And as it rolls in, there was no onset, there was no sign of it, but it's all around you now, and it obscures your vision heavily.
Draw my silvered greatsword, assuming. Try to find my way to the wheel and see if we can't steer out of this.
So you make your way. You know this ship. You served on the ship for many, many years, and so even in the midst of incredible unnatural fog, you can find your way to the prow, make your way to the helm, to find the wheel. And as you turn the wheel, the mist encroaches even tighter on you, and you find the rest of the ship, aside from you and the helm, beginning to be obscured from your sight. And as you turn the ship, you feel a lurch as it pivots in the astral plane. And then a heavy rumble as everything shakes. And a few moments later, the rumbling ceases, and you find the mist receding, but your ship isn't there anymore. You, the helm, the small bit of wood at your feet, but basically just the 5 foot of the floor of the ship around you, have been planted in the middle of a grass field outside of what appears to be a walled city.
I pick up the helm, because it's no longer attached to anything, so I can just carry it.
Yeah, it's heavy, but you can carry it.
I shoulder it. and I walk towards that town.
And so as you approach, there's no guard complement to greet you, and the gates are closed but not barred, and so it's relatively easy to just shove the heavy gates open and make your way in.
Boot on gate, shove.
And so you shove through the gates, and you find yourself entering a town that seems to almost lack the spark of life. Everywhere you look, you see people shuttering doors and hiding at your presence. You see the smoke that rises from chimneys is thin and sallow, as if lacking even the heat of flame. And the ever-present mist on the corners of your vision, while it doesn't pervade through this town as much as it seems to enswath the outer regions, is always visible at the corner of your vision. And as you walk through this town, you see the only place that seems remotely alive is a small inn at the center of town.
I'm head that way, because if there are people there, they can answer my questions. And I don't have any hands free, so obviously the door gets booted open.
So the rest of you, as you're taking a few moments to get some rest and like relaxation at the bar of the Blue Water Inn before you actually head to sleep for the night, the door of the inn crashes open and slams into the wall, and all eyes in conversation stops as all eyes turn to the pale, yellowed figure entering, carrying the remains of a ship's helm over his shoulder. What do they see?
So, aside from the remains of a ship's helm over his shoulder, sallow yellow face with sort of like brownish pock marks all over it, in addition to very obvious evident scars on the face. No nose to speak of, with sort of bright red eyes and almost a reptilian grin. Or not grin, but face, because the mouth doesn't close quite all the way because the upper lip is kind of missing. Wearing black, just stained black splint mail that has a bit of a fur collar to it, holding in his right hand, so wheels over left shoulder, holding in his right hand a large silvered greatsword with a large cross guard and ring pommel. Visible over the right shoulder is the head of a maul, as well as a shield and a warhammer on that sort of same side. All of the weapons seem to be leaning to the right hand side. And just sort of long, ragged black hair, sort of hanging down and around the head, blending in sort of with the furred collar. Just looking very serious.
Grethid spins around, shield up, axe out.
Yeah.
Krethik, go ahead and roll me a religion check.
Actually,
Bonnie, you can also roll
we're in the bar. I'll pull out my staff.
If it is relevant to remember, I don't come from a realm that has a lot of experience with
the astral, yeah.
Any kind of religion other than Eberron. So,
yeah.
13.
So you don't have a lot of experience with religions, but extraplanar stuff is extant. Not a whole lot of interaction with it, but it does exist.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's manifest zones and shit like that.
And so you've faintly heard in the past of the extraplanar creatures known as the Gith, and you know that there's some sort of division between them that denotes Githyanki and Githzerai. You don't, for the life of you, know what that division is or what it represents.
Okay.
But you're fairly certain this looks like one of those extraplanar sailor people.
Jonel just kind of turns around in his chair. He doesn't actually get up yet.
So yeah, the hobgoblin.
Definitely in a combat, you are an attacker stance.
Yeah. The hobgoblin in silver flame imbued embossed armor is if you have no quarrel, welcome. If you have quarrel, I would prefer you announce it beforehand, good sir, so we can fight now.
The head just sort of swivels and locks onto Krathic. Hobgoblin, what plane is this?
From my understanding, that is a complex question. We are in the land of Barovia.
Yes, that is accurate. The land of Barovia is, from my understanding of planar travel, which is admittedly limited, is in a place between planes, where many different realms can be accessed by, I suppose, is the right word.
It's just a sort of reptilian growl emanating from the Gith. And how does one leave this place between planes?
To the best of my understanding, you do the right. You do what should be done anyways, and destroy the vampire who rules over this land.
Do I have any knowledge of what vampires are, Game Master?
Roll me religion.
I will internally ask Zerthamon for guidance on this question.
All right, add a D4.
DM, how religiously obligated am I to be? There is an incredibly ugly, dangerous thing.
Roll religion.
So that's a 13 plus 4. That makes it
17.
a
Yep.
17.
So vampires, hilariously, the people who become vampires often are powerful mages and sometimes traverse the astral sea. So you've encountered you may not have gotten into a fight with one before, but you've at least heard of or maybe seen a vampire in the astral sea before.
And who hunts this vampire?
So, Connie, this thing's really ugly.
Oh, yeah.
It's really ugly. But at the same time, it's not actively trying to fight you and seems like it wants to kill the vampire. And you're working with a hobgoblin.
Yes.
Hey, this is a very
charismatic armor. So
yeah, this is a very charismatic, well-groomed, very nice armored hobgoblin.
Also, there's a part of
hate you, but we're not really sure.
Also, there's a part of you outside of your religious doctrine that you kind of suppress, but the outfit really speaks to that goth vibe that you've been trying to suppress.
I'm punk, thank you very much. But yeah, fair enough.
They go hand in hand.
It's a punk goth. Who hunts this vampire?
That would be us. Actually. Krethic of the Silver Flame. I will let my companions, newfound as they are, speak for themselves.
Jonel's going to stand up. He's going to put a hand on Connie's shoulder, partially to show solidarity and also to hold her back if necessary.
Barbarian, you can try.
Yeah, she'll probably drag me along with you, but
Jonah, to go for the ride if Connie.
Okay.
I'd slow her down.
Fine.
And I'm Jonelle. This one is Connie.
Yeah. Okay. The woman the staff's still leveled at you, but it's in one hand now, reaches down, pulls out a fairly large tome, flips to the back part of it. I am Connie Rose, beloved and favored of the goddess Sue. of Temple this. It's just this like almost paragraph long introduction that is delivered halfway between I'm reading off of this script and I am making passive aggressive comments at you by reading this script.
Another key feature I forgot to note. Zorm is almost 7 feet tall. He is 6'11" and weighs about 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Githzerai. He's big.
Yep.
So after the introductions, the great sword comes up and then rotates in the palm and slides into a scabbard that's located basically just underneath the armpit. Shunk, still on the right-hand side. Then you have the assistance of Zorm, Githzerai cleric of Zerthamon.
Didn't check.
Your own religion, yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll it. I don't know it, but I know I won't know it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to know who that
Connie
is.
has any reason to know it either, so natural one makes sense.
I'm pretty sure Jonelle has no idea who this is.
Yeah, Janelle, you have no idea. Krethik, you obviously don't know Zerthamon, but based on your analysis of this individual, if he is a cleric, as he says, you can highly surmise that he is a cleric of war.
Right.
And then
which means that he is both skilled in combat and in healing.
Still holding the helm, reach with that right hand across to the left-hand side and open up a flap in sort of the armor and pull out this large black metal-bound tome that has a symbol none of you recognize on it. And sort of like indicate it towards Connie as if it and the book Connie's reading from are like the same thing.
I mean, you
mildly offended, but
I mean, you can recognize a book of scripture when you see it, though, even if
yeah. Well, so here's the thing: just because a god has scripture doesn't mean it's compatible with. Soon.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
This is.
Zorm doesn't know who Soon is either. So
Yeah, we are a group of religious folks who do not have the same pantheon.
I mean, you can roll me a religion check, Zorm, because,
Sure.
I mean, the thing about the astral plane is a lot of stuff ends up there by accident.
It's true. I will once again internally pray for guidance. 17.
17. I mean, you might not know Soon specifically, but you've probably seen iconography and the aspects of a goddess of beauty before, and what that typically holds in regards to the Gith. But also, you also recognize someone who is bound to speak only by scripture and prepared statements.
Mm.
You recognize that in someone.
Okay.
You've seen people like that before.
Okay. Yeah. Just sort of give Connie a smile. But again, the upper lip is missing, so it's it's just this
Not
teeth.
not
A lot
helping
of
your
teeth.
teeth here, dude.
A lot of sharp teeth.
By the way, since you listen to your height reminded me I hadn't picked physical dimensions for this character. I just went ahead and did the random rolling thing.
What'd you get?
6'8" or 6'4", as tall as a hobgoblin can be,
All right, so
and 250 pounds.
only like 6 or 7 inches shorter than
Yep.
than the Githzerai. So you're only a half a foot shorter than the Githzerai. You're pretty big.
And
Yes.
only 50 pounds lighter.
Yep.
The incredibly beefy cleric and paladin.
Jonelle's feeling
Connie is
very
just
short
going
right now.
to give Janelle a slight shake of the head and pay for whatever drink I'm having if I need to, and head up to my room.
It's like if Krethik and Zorm clasp forearms, it's like a scene out of Gears of War. It's just the
Yes. I approve of this.
So still
I never even played more than 2 seconds of Gears of War, and I approve of this just based on the motif of that game and the ridiculous, like, macho-ness of it.
Ridiculous amount of meat. So I ignore the door, which is probably hanging off of only one hinge right now, because I did not kick lightly.
It's sturdy. It definitely slammed real hard, but it's made of sturdy stuff.
And walk closer to Krethic. When do we hunt this vampire?
Soon. This Connie and Jonelle and the rest I am also a new addition to this group. They had just come off of a significant battle and need a little time to recuperate. And then there are a couple of things that we need to accomplish. There is a keep full of foul, unclean things, revenants, that need to be taken out. And hopefully soon after that.
Very well. Just sort of look around. Is there like are there like any like sort of coat hangers anywhere on the walls? Or like
Yeah, there's places to hang things.
I walk over to one and I hang the helm from it.
It's made of iron, so it holds, but it creaks and it bends a little bit because you've got the helm and the stand of wood that connected to the floor and part of the floor.
Very well. I will follow your lead.
Excellent.
I'm assuming there was a part of a ship attached to that.
I was aboard my ship, the Elder Revenant, when a mist rode through. That is all that was left when I found myself on this plane.
Well, I hope your ship will survive without the helm.
It's mostly for decoration. Githzerai ships are flown psionically.
Well, we welcome your help in clearing the undead from this place. But I will see you in the morning. For now, I said, I am going to retire for the night.
Indeed, we shall keep watch for you.
I will find a table. It might not have been empty before I walked up to it, but it's probably empty by the time I sit down.
Oh yeah.
And Jonelle heads upstairs.
When the almost 7 foot tall hulk of a monster wearing spiky black and furred armor starts stomping over to the table, anyone who was there decides they're going to have a drink somewhere else.
With a hobgoblin coming along with.
You're going, this inn just got weird. Okay.
So sit down however I need to move the things around in order to fit at the table. With back to wall, face to door, and just lean back. And I'll probably fall asleep in the chair eventually, depending on how long they rest.
Krethic, you doing similar?
Yeah, I will probably eventually. I will stay up for a good period of time. Basically, take like second watch equivalent.
Yeah.
And then there will eventually be the need for sleep.
All right, so you all get a long rest in. Any of you who had things expended regain hit points, regain features.
The forgiveness of my goddess, because clearly the presence of ugly people indicates her ire with me.
Look at my spells and see what's going to be useful for killing undead things. I think I've already got those, but...
All right, so you all wake in the morning Presumably you reconvene downstairs. And I mean, there may be a couple of ugly people around you, but you've got at least one very pretty woman in the form of Esmeralda. Like even her missing limbs, the prosthetics are very beautiful.
Yeah. She's trying as hard as she can. Like, Soon is not generally happy with any form of disfigurement, but it's good that you're fixing it well. Seriously, one of the few canonical myths about this goddess is...
Yeah, that someone got scarred in the face and got cast out of the clergy, yeah.
Well, as far as I can tell, it was more than just he was clergy. He was, like, important.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I'm going to... The only spells hopping around, I'm unpreparing Enhance Ability and preparing Prayer of Healing in this place.
Yep.
Because that might be useful later.
So we, I assume, explain where we're going and head out? Or is there...
Yep. Unless you have anything else you want to do in town.
Is there any form of alchemist that sells healing potions in this town?
That is a good question. I don't think you guys ever looked.
I think we just assumed it was a super gothic setting and that healing potions were not available.
I can check. 1 second. I also doubt that healing potions will be available, but I will check just in case.
Yeah, because I think the last time we were in didn't have
as that's happening, Connie will... Understanding the way one is perceived and local trepidation into the beauty of Soon is vital. Glancing meaningfully at the one person who still knows what I'm talking about.
Like, someone just fixes Connie with a stare, blinks very slowly.
Connie is trying to gently remind Jonelle that we kind of slaughtered the town guard and may not be super welcome in town right now.
If the new guy wants to go, he can more than welcome to. We will prepare Esmeralda's wagon for travel.
Yeah. There does not appear to be a notable alchemist.
All right. I would like if nobody else knew, I would like ask the bartender, and I assume I would get the response.
She would basically tell you there isn't one.
Yep. And we will leave.
Excellent.
And heading out of town, Strahd tries to keep a low profile as much as possible with the present company.
Which is probably very difficult because Krethic just can't help but walk down the middle of the street.
It's walk apart from the other two.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it's really easy for Jonelle to disappear.
Just get a bit of distance between me and the other two, and just
I continue to walk. I sort of like right behind Krethic, like just a few steps behind, looking like very much like a yin yang image.
Like all of the attention is drawn straight to the two people in heavy armor.
And I will point out my background feature again for you for any NPCs in the area.
I mean, none of them know the astral plane, but you have the vibe of someone that people don't want to mess with.
I just have that vibe, even if you don't know me.
Oh, and I will offer you the same thing that I offered to Krethic, because you don't have 9 levels of character advancement. You can replace your armor with full plate if you want to.
Yay! I will do that.
Because I know I offered that to Krethic as well.
Yep.
All right.
I'm there.
All right. So you guys head to the wagon and take off heading. Are you going back to Argynvostholt?
Yep.
That appears to be the plan.
We've got a new cleric. Let's try again.
Hopefully this one is less stupid.
We've got a new cleric and actually a new fighter who might be more competent than our hireling fighter. When we get to the keep, Connie will just head in and head for. I'm not sleepy anymore. For the room, which room? The room where we initially fought the pile of revenants.
Oh,
the three of them in the chapel.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it was like. Jonelle was gonna. Well, if Connie's gonna go ahead, I'll let Connie do it.
Tokens on the sheet for the other two?
Yeah, I'm working on that now.
Cool. Yeah.
It was cold in my house. Now I'm sweating as I try to get my jacket off.
Yeah, I'm headed there. If anything interrupts us on the way, great. If not, hopefully they'll still be where they were last time.
Are you trying to not draw their attention as you enter, or?
Let's see. I'm going to make this an intelligence because this is more tactical. Yes, despite how bad an idea it is to stealth with two full-plated beef machines, we're gonna do this the stealthy way, or at least I am.
One of whom has a dexterity of 8.
Yes, that's why I made the tactics roll.
It just wasn't good.
If I do see Connie going up ahead, I will hold the others. Go. Wait a sec. Are you going to go check on see if those 3 revenants are back?
I thought it would be best for all of us to go in.
Yes, nobody should go in alone.
But if we catch them...
It could be.
By the way, Aaron, congratulations on rolling 4 dice 4 times so far and averaging a 2.
So, for those who were watching earlier today, you might have noticed that I was rolling a lot of d6s and I only rolled below a 3 on d6s 3 times. A 3 or below 3 times in a fairly long time.
And now you're paying for it.
And now I'm paying for it. This is what Adventurers League does. It accumulates all of the dice luck that was good, and it's like, here is the counterbalance.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So
Is that why Jeremy can actually roll decently in Adventurers League?
It's dice karma.
maybe.
I mean,
so Connie will find the correct words to suggest a stealthy approach.
Yeah.
And start stealthing in the correct direction, leading the others.
When people like to attempt to stealth behind.
sure, this'll be lots of fun. Let me
With
roll my.
disadvantage for those in full flight.
Let me roll my. Good God, Aaron!
Aaron rolled.
Zerthimon,
So I want
silence
to point
my
out
steps.
that I know this was a bad decision. I rolled to see if I would make it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not questioning your decision. I'm questioning your die rolling.
It was the natural one that got the my god.
Yay! Rolling a -1 roll for stealth with disadvantage. This is gonna be great. Double 5s, which means a 4.
Mine was a 7. I got the highest of the 3 of
All
us.
just cringes.
And Jonelle disappears, lets them go off to their doom.
I was about to say, like the three of them are basically marching for the chapel, and then Janelle's just like, whoops.
We're going to go in silently. It's just the weight of the 3 of
to
us.
imagine that we get about 3 steps silently and then all feel the need to declare that this is for our god.
Yeah, I was about to say
specifically our God's glory.
Yeah, I was about to say the religious posturing begins and kind of ruins the stealth.
No, I like to think that we're just doing a Pirates of Penzance. With cat-like
tread
on
the
Okay, so we head into that room.
Yes.
As unquietly as possible.
Hang on. Even your tokens are fucking posturing. Hold still.
Stop it! There is absolutely not enough room in one 5-foot space for you and for your character and my character, John. There is no way.
I mean, there's not enough room in a 5-foot space for me.
So, what is the reaction of these revenants?
So, hang on, let me roll. Okay. So, while Esmeralda and Janelle are like creeping up to the sides of the wall and trying to look in quietly, the three of you just barge in. And so, last time when you approached, you were greeted with the sight of them like kneeling and praying to the altar before they turned to face you. This time they've been turned and they're just waiting for you. We can roll some initiative.
We get the Powerpuff Girls entrance, basically, where the three of us just wham through the door.
So this is my favorite part about my lower decks.
Holy! Sorry.
I like that your deck is a minus 0.92.
Yes, because you add it to the tiebreaker.
I don't need to roll separately for all of them. The first one's a 4. They're going on 4.
I'm going on 3.
Does guidance apply to initiative rolls? I don't think it does.
No.
It's a dexterity ability check.
But you have to have.
You would have to cast guidance before the fight started.
Guidance is technically an action. Yeah. But it is a concentration spell for up to a minute. So
actually,
when you're not doing anything, it's very convenient to cast it and just take.
I will say you were walking to a fight.
Yeah.
And considering your ability to cast guidance so regularly, I would say you probably would have gone into this fight with guidance up.
Cool. Zathamon, protect me.
Guidance is the best spam spell or spam cantrip.
Yeah. Yeah. So just add a D4 to that. Yeah, because it does specifically say like all ability checks, and initiative is described as a dexterity ability check.
I got a 1. It's a 17.
All right. So yeah, edit your initiative. And let me roll for Esmeralda. 13. All right. In descending order, Janelle, you're first. They haven't noticed you because they've noticed everybody else.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
You're welcome. We make your stealth more viable.
So what are you up to, Janelle?
Okay. Well, I've fought these guys before, so I'm gonna step into the room here, and I'm going to. Oops, I did not want to move there. I'm going to open up with Sunbolt, that thing. And one at each. And we have come here to put you down once and for all. So top one, from top down.
All right. 16 hits.
For 8, the one in the middle That's hit for 9. And the bottom one, or the 12, is probably going to miss.
Just barely.
And I'm going to step on over to this side.
And so as Janelle strides in behind these 3 plate-wearing, behind these 3, actually, technically, you would have advantage on that one because you have the surprise on them. So roll that last one
I'm not
again.
wearing plate. I'm barely wearing anything.
So yeah, that's fair.
Whoops. Let's roll. Let's get 21.
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage. 10 radiant damage. Perfect. So as Janelle steps in behind these 3 massive individuals and just hurls a trio of balls of radiant energy striking into each of these revenants and then ducks behind some of the pillars to take some cover. Zorm, it's your turn.
I draw my greatsword, and as I draw it, Zerthimon blesses my blade as I cast Holy Weapon.
It's gonna be all about the declarations.
Yeah.
You have three different kinds of religious people in this party. It's going to be all religious declarations
for the rest of time.
Hey, I did not. Okay, admittedly, I did start this.
So my weapon now glows with a 30-foot radius of with 30-foot radius bright, 30-foot radius dim. After that, of divine light. And deals extra damage now. Extra radiant damage. And I will remind you that I have the Guided Strike Channel Divinity ability, which basically means that after I make a roll, but before I know it hits, I can determine if I want to add a +10 to it.
Yep.
I can do that twice per long rest.
Yep. You use the same Channel Divinity that you use for Turn Undead, though.
Yeah, I use my same Channel Divinity. I just wanted to be aware of that before you say hit or miss.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, look. Fancy that. There's a guy right here in front of me that really wants to get hit. So I'm going to make a Great Weapon Master swing with my Silvered Greatsword.
All right.
I'm going to add a +10 to that.
All right, so 17 hits.
Okay. So a 17 instead of a 7, because that would be really embarrassing to miss on the first strike.
Right.
So that's going to be... Wow, the radiant damage was a 1 and a 1, but the bonus damage from my Divine Strike was an 8, so it balances out a little bit. So that's...
27.
Hang on. Sorry. Roll 20, why you suck.
Yes, 27 points of damage.
27 damage.
Yeah, I can't see my damage anymore because the drop-down description box decided to freeze. That's my attack. So whatever it is. And 2 of that is radiant.
Don't you have the ability to make a certain number of extra attacks as a bonus action for long rest?
But I used a bonus action to activate my
Holy Weapon. To activate your Holy Weapon. Connie, it's your turn.
My turn. I get to hit more times than you.
You do.
Me too.
You both do.
So I'll run up to that one. And that's 30 feet.
You gonna rage?
Yeah, I'm gonna rage. Sending that. And then I'm going to...
I like how they're lined up 3 in a row, and we are basically all just charging straight up.
Just...
That's how we do.
You guys are taking them one-on-one.
Does a 12 hit?
Just barely misses.
Second attack.
Actually, did you want to swing recklessly?
Oh, that's right. That's the thing I can do. It's been a little while since I've played this character, so those are going to be the first one. Because, she's absolutely... Yeah. She needs to show these people up.
We haven't played in over a month. I expect there to be some rust.
20 hits, I assume.
20 hits, yes. 20 definitely hits.
And then Divine Fury plus the attack So 9 radiant and 16 slash.
25. Does that include your... Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's the rage version of my attack. So yeah, I cut this thing and
So,
my best.
As both Connie and Zorm both charge forward with great swords held high and slash down into the revenants that they're each facing. Both of their weapons blasted with radiant light at the same time. It's like there's a contest going on right now.
Oh, just wait.
Not done yet.
Esmeralda just kind of looks
Just a
at...
second watch.
Esmeralda's like, I would say there's a dick waving contest going on, but one of them is a woman. And just
contest.
and just kind of leans in through the doorway and looks at Krethic. Do you even want my assistance?
Milady, I believe we are fine at this moment. Should things go poorly, you know when to come in.
Did you just milady her?
Yes, absolutely. He is a knight of the silver. He is a paladin of the silver flame.
He is literally a white knight.
Earlier, John, I said this when we were catching you up on the game, that we essentially told Ismark's
Sister.
Yeah.
Irina, whatever her name is, to stay in the kitchen. I wasn't exaggerating.
Technically, he's a red knight. He's a hobgoblin.
I mean, for funsies, she flicks her wrist and a firebolt rockets out. 25 will hit for 10 fire damage on the center one. Which then makes it their turn. So, hang on a minute. I need to figure out how his attacks are going to go down. All right, we're going to do 2 longswords attacks on... We're going to do 3 attacks on each of you, because each of you have your own revenants going to attack you twice, and the middle one's going to split his attacks between you.
Cool.
Sounds good.
You should not be rolling publicly. 9 misses on Zorm, I'm assuming.
Yep.
The ones that may have advantage. That's
Yes.
worth knowing.
So second one on Zorm. 5 misses you. It's a natural 1. Third one on Zorm. 9 misses you. Oh, this is going to go great.
Just
3 on Connie.
They got all tuckered out with all the hacking they had to do of the ASMR corpse.
22
with us.
With the advantage, 22 hits you.
Yeah.
13 slashing damage halved to 6.
Okay.
Second one, does 15 hit you?
No, it does not.
Second one misses you. And 14 misses you.
Yep.
With 6 attacks, 1 hit the target.
and it was the one they had advantage on.
Yeah. Krethic, it's your turn.
All right. So yeah, he brandishes shield, brandishes battle axe, bellows for the flame.
See, the only reason that I'm sad that it's a battle axe is because it would have been perfect for 3 great swords.
I know, right?
Well, you can double hand the battle axe. Come on.
I can, but then that makes my shield master feat kind of useless.
Yeah, shield master is really useful there.
And I am unleashing with 2 attacks on this motherfucker.
That should not be with disadvantage, but
that should not be with disadvantage. God damn, even saving face won't help with that.
No, it's a natural 1. Actually, yeah, it's a natural 1. It automatically fails.
Yeah, and even if I could, saving face would only bring it up to a 12.
So I was about to say, what's the distance on saving face? Allies that you can see within 30 feet, or just allies you can see?
Within
Yeah,
30.
Esmeralda's just outside.
I mean, I have 2 right next to me who can see.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like up to a +5, and it's 1 for each ally.
You're right.
So
Yeah.
you'd be getting a grand total of +4 because
Yeah,
Janelle's
exactly.
in range, or +3 because Janelle's in range. If Esmeralda was quite in range, you'd be getting +4.
Oh yeah. Nope. She's. Oh wait, I counted from there. Anyways, regardless, I didn't hit.
Yeah.
Second attack. Well, there's
21
that
hits.
21 again.
Are you going to smite this one?
I am going to make up for not doing much on the first one. I will dump a you know what? I will dump a Oh, it's been a while since I've played a pal. I need to remember. Okay, yeah, I'll dump first level in.
So it's 2d8 base plus an extra d8 because they're undead plus an extra plus so 3d8.
Yep.
Plus an extra for every level above first, but you're just using it first. Plus your d8 for being a high level paladin. So you got 4 d8 radiant damage on this. Because I believe you have improved Divine Strike.
Flashing plus.
Because I believe you have improved Divine Strike already, don't you?
No, I do not yet.
Okay,
You're 9th level, so yeah, 3d8. 16, so 8 slashing, 16 radiant for a total of 24.
24 damage.
And let's see. I feel like there's something I can do.
What's wrong?
Oh no, he could just be a very noble dick.
Do it.
No, yeah, he's gonna do it. So I am, for my bonus action, I point my battle axe at the one to my left in front of Connie, and I am casting Compelled Duel.
Yes.
Oh, can you put the spell text in there for me?
You have to fight me now.
It has to make a wisdom saving throw. Otherwise, it has disadvantage on any attack, an attack on anyone but me.
What's your DC?
My DC is 16.
Please tell me the verbal component is, it's time to duel.
No. He just points and is like, face me if you dare.
Okay. Hey, we all know that Yamayugi is a warlock.
It's true.
Good. So,
with a great old war patron.
With an 18, he's in the middle of locking swords with Connie, and he just kind of looks at you for a second and hisses, and then goes back to Connie.
I accept your acknowledgement of being a coward.
Now let's back to the top.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. Jonelle is going to run up and land on the altar and just a whole series of kicks against this guy.
All right. Yeah, I think everybody else has the radiant damage covered if you want to just go fists in.
Yeah, once I realized, like, yeah, no, they're all dealing radiant damage too. I don't need to.
Bucket. Just speed bag him.
First shot.
You do have advantage because you're flanking with Connie.
Just see if that's a...
Also, for me, everybody remember, Aura of Protection is... You guys are all within 10 feet of me, so should there need to be a save, +4.
Sweet. Yay,
22 for another 7. He's going to use a key point to do Flurry of Blows to do another 2 attacks. 17.
So,
will
William,
hit.
why'd you make an NPC token for me?
Oh, whoops.
And a 23. It's a comment on how temporary you are.
Oh,
Because the NPC and the PC tokens are right next to each other. The actual answer. I'll fix that real quick. Or rather, I'll fix it between sessions because I'm not going to break the flow.
That's fine.
So a total of 28.
Ow.
It just rains down just a flurry of kicks at this guy.
All right. Zorm, it's your turn.
I'm going to probably provoke an attack of opportunity, but I'm going to shift over this way.
Yes, that will provoke attack opportunity.
you know what? That attack of opportunity is going to be at disadvantage.
Well, that's good because it would have been a natural 20.
There's a disadvantage.
Instead, it's a 9.
Boom! Knocks the shield, knocks it away.
Move over here to flank this guy with Krethic.
It's like, no, you're fighting me now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and get my first attack in here with my Great Weapon Master Great Sword attack.
19 hits.
Double 19s. And both of these are turned on. There, yes. So 26 points of damage. 5 of it is radiant. And
6 of it.
And I'll use no 5 of it. The so my divine strike just adds weapon damage. My holy weapon adds radiant damage.
Huh.
It's weird for war clerics. But so the one of the 6 is just additional weapon damage.
Yeah, because each cleric has a different divine strike. Like tricksters have poison, life clerics have radiant.
And war just have
weapon damage, apparently.
Yep, but it's magical weapon damage, so. And I'll use my bonus action to attack again with my War Priest feature. I can do that 5 times per short rest. No, long rest. Never mind, long rest, but.
I was gonna say 5 times per short rest.
Long rest, yeah.
Yeah.
17 hits, I think.
Yep.
So that's 29 points of damage, 3 of which is radiant.
These guys are getting burnt through way faster than they did last time.
People who deal with a lot more radiant damage than before.
Connie, it's your turn.
Well, the other problem last time was that we kind of ran in one at a time, and also no one could get close because Valis had his aura up. But so
it was a good idea. It seemed like a good idea at the time.
I'm not arguing it was a bad idea. I'm just saying that it had an effect.
Oh no, it was a bad idea. It just seemed like a good one at the time.
Okay, so I just want to point out that there's a reason for this.
Okay.
And then so I am reckless attacking the center one.
Okay.
God damn it.
Because 2 people went for mine, well, they can have it.
Okay, that is fine.
And
he doesn't seem like he wants to fight me anyways because he took a swing at Zorm.
Okay.
Well, switch.
Yeah, that's essentially the plan. For fuck's sake,
My God, Aaron!
Holy cow.
The dice are not with you.
I want my dice luck back. You stole it.
With 12 rolls, your average is a 4.67.
Because I doubt we'll be facing I doubt we'll be facing small undead, I'm going to say that's a 21 with my War God's Blessing.
All right, 21. That will hit, yes.
So, strike true.
11 slashing.
Icky taking that from
14.
Okay. Sure. Sure, dice.
Wow.
That's 3 radiant
That's
and
so many
11
ones.
slashing. I have a second attack.
I can
You
only
do.
help with the roll. I can't help with the damage.
No, it's
I'm
not
excited.
anything's fault but the dice. That is another.
19
I
hits.
mean,
I'm
thank
not-
God for advantage, but that was you still rolled another nat 1, and it's well.
Holy shit, guys.
Yeah. So I think a 19 hits, William.
Yes, 19 hits.
Okay, cool.
These are some
Almost.
beautiful dice.
10 slashing damage. I'm attacking it.
That
Holy
you
shit,
are.
you guys.
Almost 30% of your die rolls have been ones. Only counting the
I said this-
d20s.
Hold it before we started, but yeah.
There's a really
not-
pretty line that these guys are in if she can get up there to lightning bolt.
Yeah, Esmeralda's going to take her this turn and just kind of step up. There's a lot of flashing lights going on right about now. She says, she just kind of flicks her wrist out and another firebolt rockets towards the one that's in front of her.
All of the lights, all of the lights. That one was just for you, Jeremy.
Oh,
I don't get that reference, but I'm sure it's amazing.
It's a song.
I'm having seizures now. Thank you for reminding me of that music video.
It's a Kanye
I actually
West.
really like the song and the video, but
Yeah. It's a Kanye West song, which means that it's good, but you hate it.
I
Right.
unabashedly like Kanye West songs for the most part.
All right, so
For the most part.
He definitely makes interesting music video choices.
He does.
Yes, he does.
All of the lights is like strobe light, the music video.
all right, so
Topical
Each-
Incredibles joke.
each of the tanks is getting 2 attacks from a revenant.
Yes.
We are now a party of tanks. That is.
Storm 20
This is
hits you in 17.
What was that?
The 20 and a 17.
The 20 would, except I'm going to use shield.
All right.
So it doesn't
So you
anymore.
you don't get hit
Yeah. My AC is now 23.
because you don't have your shield up. Yeah.
This is what happens when you go into comp with just DPS and healers and get stomped. So you're like, fuck it, we're all playing tanks.
No, it's when you
It's
are like it's when people are. It's the overcorrection, but we're also all healers.
yeah, no,
we-
we are goats comp.
We've currently got Brigitte. We've currently got Brigitte, Reinhardt, and Zarya, and Reaper.
Then- yeah.
We are goats comp. We are 3-3.
Yeah.
3 healer, 3 yeah.
All right. So against Krethik, I have a 22 and a 11.
The 22 hits me.
It'll be 17 points of slashing damage.
Bah.
So this is important. Which of them attacks me and which attacks Krethik?
They're keeping their military regiment, so the middle one attacks Krethik and the top one attacks Connie.
Fine.
They are defying our decision to switch opponents. This cannot go unpunished.
And on Connie, I have a 15 and a 19.
Did they both roll with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay, the 19 hits.
Feel,
So that's 20 slashing damage, half to 10.
feel free to split my enemy with me, Jeremy. I don't have knightly valor. I'm a war cleric.
As long as they die, that's all that matters.
Pretty much.
Krethik, it's your turn.
Yes.
As long as
Yeah.
they die and we win.
All right. I am going to use a bonus action for let's do a thunderous smite. And then Connie wants to fight the one in front of me. I will go beat up the one in front of Connie for now. You're in good shape right now. I'm not worried about you. So
Speaking is the person in the party who I believe has most recently played a paladin aside from Jeremy. Smite spell plus divine smite is all the damage.
that is true, but I have also been told there is somebody else, a leader in this group.
Yeah, it
And
was.
I am trying to conserve my This is supposed to be the stomp fight. So that I'm assuming 21 hits.
Yep.
So that is.
That's why I'm trying not to take any damage because Holy Weapon is a concentration spell that lasts for an hour, so
yeah,
keep it up.
If you can hold it up, then yeah.
9 slashing, 7 thunder, and a DC 16 strength save to avoid being knocked basically into the back wall and then face first, because be knocked back 10 feet.
Yeah. So that'll
Over
be
the altar potentially.
Yeah.
Well, it's the one that's by Connie, right? So it's
that's
directly
right,
away
yeah.
from you.
Oh, yeah. Out the window in that case.
Over the
Yes!
It'll be knocked into the window, yeah.
Just blow him through the glass.
Did he make his save?
Hang on, I need to calculate this damage real quick. It's gonna be 16 damage.
Is he still around to make the save? And does his corpse fly through a window?
He rolls a 15, which does not quite make it. And so he slams back and crashes into the window. His body, like, cracks with a sickening popping sound as his spine is, like, bent over the window as his torso is, like, crashed out of it. But then a moment later, his just kind of, like, snaps back into place.
Because I am walking over to him. There's one opportunity attack.
Which it will take. That's a 10, it misses.
There's another opportunity attack.
That's a 22.
That's a hit.
For 22 slashing damage.
Ow!
You don't have a lot of health.
I don't have a ton. I have Constitution was not one of my primary stats. I'm not in the worst shape. And we're going to. How fucked up does this revenant look?
He's definitely looking rough.
All right. I will go ahead and just attack him. And since he is prone, I have advantage.
Oh yeah, the pushback knocks him prone, doesn't it?
Yep. He's prone in the window.
Yeah.
That's good, because that's a 19 for 7 more slashing damage.
All right.
Stay down.
Junhel, it's your turn.
As he sees the skeleton go flying past him. Okay.
Full body.
She didn't knock his flesh off, just him off his feet.
I hit you so hard. Your skin fell off your body.
Jonelle will step over this way. Connie seems intent on dueling that guy, so I'm going to come across at this bottom guy. Nope, that is not an advantage, but still a 17 should hit.
Yep.
10 points of damage.
Natural 20.
Natural 20 hit.
Nice.
For another 14, and I'm going to spend another key point to do Flurry of Blows. And use this guy as a punching bag. 11 will miss.
11 will miss, yep.
And a 23.
23 will hit.
7. Just a little bit off the rhythm there with the bag. You punch right before the bag comes back.
Yeah. Zorm, it's your turn.
I will step back over here. I will first take my attack at this guy between me and Nonell. Great Weapon Master. Great Sword. 13
Wow.
probably misses, doesn't it?
13 hits exactly.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
God. Well, yeah, I mean, Great Weapon Master, I get a -5 to my attack, so I only get a +2 on the roll, so... Well, bam. That's a much better roll.
Wow.
So that's...
Good God.
That is 25...
Yeah, it's enough.
30, that's 33 slashing damage and 11 radiant.
Yeah. So
That was out of 5 dice you rolled on the damage. 4 of them were max.
So I sort of stepping around the Revenant, spinning the greatsword behind my back, just bring it around and down through him.
and there's this arc of radiant energy that sort of trails the greatsword as it dances around his back and back up and down and slams into the Revenant and basically leaves a pile of ash in its wake. Like, there really isn't a whole lot of broken body transition. It basically goes from standing to ash.
And I'm going to raise my offhand towards Krethik. Krethik, let your wounds be mended. And I'm going to healing word him for the 4th level healing word. Which it's only 14, but
14 matters.
ignore that extra 13 at the top. I didn't unclick the bonus damage. The bonus damage widgets also apply to healing for some reason.
Yeah.
It's all a
Yeah.
damage roll.
Yeah.
So that's 14 health back to Krethik.
Well,
There's a few things you can hurt with healing spells.
All right. That brings to Connie.
I don't actually have to reckless attack this turn.
Yep.
And I'm not. I only have a -2 wisdom, so I'm not going to reckless attack when I don't need to.
If you had a -3.
Maybe, yeah.
22 hits.
More like a roll. 11 slashing.
All right. 11 slashing.
And 3 radiant.
Fifteen 15 hits.
Okay. For 13 slashing. Those were better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Esmeralda just kind of looks around. There was such a perfect formation a few moments ago, and it just dissolved before my eyes.
As did one of the revenants.
that's what happens when a hobgoblin enters the fray. Things just start flying in directions.
You. And she just kind of flicks her wrist, and this arrangement,
You.
and this arrangement of arcane missile sort of dances along her wrist and then just flies outward and slams into the one in front of Connie. She casts a 2nd level magic missile. For nice. 13 points of force damage. Which will bring us to the Revenants. The one in front of Krethik kind of like forces itself out of the window and stands up to face you again.
Ah,
Bits of
good.
glass falling out of it.
Yeah, there's just like glass bits hanging off of its body. A natural 20.
Less good.
I just healed you.
For 31 points of slashing damage.
All right, that's a thing. I'm good. I'm still good.
It's a good thing I just healed you.
I'm still good.
And 20 for 7 points of slashing damage.
Still good. Still good.
How many hit points do you have left?
More than 3.
Is it less than 5?
Maybe. It's fine. It's all fine.
The other one's gonna go for Connie.
He's still standing.
Another natural 20
Cool.
for 32 points of slashing damage, halved to 16.
I'm actually kind of fine.
And
No, I'm legitimately not doing that bad.
and an 11, which misses.
Yeah, that misses. He didn't have advantage that turn. That was nice.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm getting all the natural 20s though.
Yeah.
Krethic, it's your
All
turn.
right.
Kill him so I can save my spell slots to do a prayer
Don't
of healing.
paladins get healing spells?
I am going to. Yes, I do have healing spells and I do have lay on hands. I'm not going to do those right now
Okay.
because I have another plan.
I mean, if he's dead, he can't damage you.
Exactly. So 2 attacks. That should not have advantage because he's not prone anymore.
No.
That-
So 15 still hits though.
Okay. Shit, I have to re-roll because
Roll your second attack.
there. Just so I've got the.
Second attack also hits, so you can just roll the damage twice.
There's 6 and 7 slashing. Is it dead yet?
It's gonna be 13.
13.
Not quite.
All right. So for my bonus action, I'm going to use my shield master to shove it out the window.
All right, so you need to make an athletics check opposed by its athletics or acrobatics.
How high up
Correct.
is this window from the ground?
It's
Whack!
it's right above the ground, but
And then just go full linebacker.
you shove him out the window as he lands on the fence. You know what? That's a spiked fence. Hang on a minute.
Best kill.
He rolls a natural 1 on his acrobatics to try and avoid hitting
Best
the spikes.
kill.
Even if he's not dead, still. He's stuck on the spiked fence.
You
He
stay
gets the
there,
style points.
and you think about what you've done.
What's your strength mod?
My strength mod is 3.
Hey, I'm just as we're equally strong.
Takes an extra 15 points of damage from being impaled on the spikes. She's gonna put him
We're all
at.
equally strong.
Haha! Muscle crew.
He's still writhing on that spike, but he is currently impaled, and I'm gonna say basically restrained by the spike until he pulls himself off of it.
How often, by the way, is that the case that we have a party full of people for whom strength was not like the middle to the road to dump step?
Not very.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is everything for me.
All right, Janelle, it's your turn.
As he just sort of stands there in the shattered remnants of the window, staring down heroically in like the superhero, one knee sort of up slightly pose.
Your one knee's on the windowsill.
Yes.
I must pose like Batman. This is Gothic architecture.
Or Superman, but yeah.
I mean, it's Gothic architecture. Batman poses on Gothic architecture. Superman poses on metropolitan architecture.
I mean, I see him like Superman, except for he's trapped in Gotham because like the man bat has created this force shield that won't let anything out, and so he has to kill Man Bat.
You have a very interesting, like, level of off-the-cuff DC comic reference for that one pose.
But it works!
I mean, it does, because you can use Strahd as Man-Bat.
Superman doesn't kill.
Also that.
Really? Okay.
No, but he'll blow up robots and things like that, so undead count.
Undead are fine. Man-Bat's an interesting case.
Undead Man-Bat.
Sorry, William. What are we doing?
Zombie Man-Bat. It's Janelle's turn.
I don't have much else to do against this guy, but I am
Feedback.
going to pummel the crap out of him. And
We've hit him
23
enough.
hits.
22 for 11. Is he still up?
Barely. If you roll high enough damage on your bonus action attack, you wouldn't need flurry of blows to kill him, basically.
26. So 9.
That's exactly what you needed.
Just a couple punches and just finish him off with just a roundhouse, the big axe kick coming down.
And so yes, while he's focusing on Connie, he takes a couple of blows to the back and kind of staggers for a minute and straightens up right as a heel smashes down the back of his skull and he just hits the ground. So Zorm, it's your turn.
What sort of weapons were these guys carrying?
Long swords.
Is there a dagger on that altar?
It's a ritual knife, yeah.
Okay, that'll work. I'm gonna walk over to walk past the altar, picking up the ritual knife with my free hand. Walk up next to Krethik. Look out the window. Good shove, and throw the knife at the stuck revenant.
Roll me because it's a thrown weapon, it'd still be your strength. So roll me a thrown attack.
I'll just use my regular greatsword attack. Not with advantage, but that's an 8.
Yeah, it would be with advantage because he's restrained.
Oh, well then 14.
Yeah. So roll me a D4 plus your strength.
Or it'd be a D4 or D6. Daggers are D6.
It's a dagger.
Yeah.
Daggers are D4.
Are they D4s?
Short swords are D6.
Short swords are D6. That's right. 1d4 plus 3. 7.
Ha! He's not dead, but there's now a dagger in his chest too.
Well, now we're just playing throwing darts. Like...
Now this has become into a carnival game.
Connie.
Okay. The one in front of me is dead?
Yep.
You know who has a lot of javelins because barbarians start with them? So I'm grabbing out my javelins and I'm gonna toss some javelins at the guy out the window. So I'm just gonna walk past Zorm and Krethik.
So we continue with the carnival game.
I mean,
Hit him in the crotch for the teddy bear.
This attack.
And you already have advantage because he's restrained.
Oh, okay. I won't reckless attack then.
There is there is 2 pieces of fence spike through his torso. He is restrained right now.
Darn! If you don't reckless
I'm
attack,
gonna try and aim the javelins to make this more symmetrical.
If you don't reckless attack, I don't get advantage when I betray you and attack you from behind for no apparent reason.
22 hits.
I mean, that's called a surprise attack. 22 plus Divine Fury. Do I need to roll? That's 16. Do I need to roll another one?
Technically, because a thrown attack, it wouldn't have the extra 2 rage damage, so it'd actually be 13. But I
thought it was strength attacks. Yeah, you're right.
It's strength-based melee attacks.
Cool.
1.
I will fix that on the Javelin Rage because the Javelin Rage is always going to be thrown.
3. He's so close. If you hit him with the second javelin, you almost can't not kill him. You hit him with the second javelin. Roll damage. I don't think even your minimum damage fails to kill him.
6.
Yeah, no, you kill him.
Connie just chucks 2 javelins out the window.
How far down is that?
It's like because you shoved him into the fence. It's only like it's not a lot of down. It's mostly just out.
Well, how far to the ground?
Maybe 3 feet.
Okay, so Krethik will leap out the window, hit the ground, grab the javelins, grab the dagger, and hold them up for the party.
Take them back.
Like the window is like chest high to the revenants. So
You don't have to leap out. You could step back in. You're 6 feet tall. Remember?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
You
it's more
guys
dramatic
probably
if he
just
hops
like
in.
walk in and out this window, huh?
It's just.
Right.
I'm gonna put that. I'm just gonna slot that dagger like into a bracer, just so I have a throwing dagger now.
yeah.
Should we rest? There is more danger ahead.
Not too long, but if we take 10 minutes, I can restore your wound.
It'd be best if we just a short breather.
Yes, that would be. It's not like It's not like this person, if I understand what you have told me, will not know that we are coming.
I will take 10 minutes to cast a prayer of healing.
And prayer of healing does that
2d8
do a
plus
total
spellcasting.
Yeah, prayer of healing, 2d8 plus spellcasting with additional d8 for every level higher than second, at up to 6 target people that I indicate. So I'm indicating the two of you, because the two of you are the only ones that got injured.
It's the same healing as cure wounds, but it's got the effect of mass cure. The downside is it takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, it just takes 10 minutes to do it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make that a 4th level prayer of healing.
Cool. Do you roll or do we?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay. So you both heal 29 hit points after 10 minutes.
Okay. So give me 33, and
I am
will
like 3 away from max, so I'm good.
I take a moment during that time. I pray, in the right invocations, and dump 20 of my lay on hands into myself.
That works.
So that gets me. I'm still hurt. I'm still not at full health, but
that gets you most of the way.
I'm feeling pretty good now.
I hold up my glowing greatsword. This has 50 minutes left. Let's find the leader. I think there's like a loading bar that's slowly.
I think we've learned our lesson about stealth, so Connie's just gonna head up to where we know him to be.
And I will follow.
Brethik is following behind.
I will take up the rear.
I said, I like to think there's like a loading bar on the sword that's just slowly draining.
Holy Weapon is an amazing spell. It is also the thing I used to use as a torch.
It works. Also, prayer of healing is really nice for between, like, you don't want to take a short rest, but you still need to heal. It's just like...
Yeah. Moderate rest.
Yep.
All right.
I swapped it out for enhanceability because I didn't think any of us were going to be trying to talk our way out of this situation.
Yeah. I feel like we all have fairly strong and consistent feelings on revenant dragons.
Yeah. Kill.
Okay. So now that I've put that through, it takes you maybe a minute to get all the way up the stairs and back into the room. And as you re-enter the chamber that you had encountered previously, once again there is a corpse slumped in the chair that is similar to the corpse that had been there previously. That was Vladimir Horngard.
Yeah.
This guy, as leans over. What is this creature's name? Again.
Vladimir Horngard. And I think we would have given the details last time.
Yeah.
William, because we're on a different page, the old turn order doesn't show up if you want to.
I already cleared it.
Out.
It had already been cleared, yeah.
Good.
So Krethik steps forward. Horngard.
Once again, the corpse kind of snaps upright and stands. Who comes to disturb my rest again?
In the name of Tira Miran, voice of the Silver Flame, it is time for you to rest. At last.
So
Come
doesn't really
and
care, but I'm here for the
face
ride.
me again, then. I will claim more lives today.
And I charge.
All right, let's roll initiative.
In the walk up, I pray. No, I didn't pray for guidance because it's a constitution. It's a concentration spell. So never mind.
For fuck's sake!
Aaron.
I have advantage on
Initiative. That was 2 natural ones.
That was 2 nat ones. Yes, it was. Yes, it was, folks.
I give up. I give up. I actually just need to check something, but.
Wow, Jonelle also rolled exactly the same as
Same.
last time.
There's a big gap here, by the way.
But
There
fortunately,
is.
Mechanically, it doesn't matter.
Janelle, you're up first.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to work my way into the room.
So many ones.
Is all this debris like rough terrain or anything?
Not really.
This has always been the case with Adventurers League. We have the worst rolls.
I mean, when I say so many ones, I was basically just talking about you when I was looking at the spreadsheet. But
You're not wrong.
Not
6
wrong
out
at
of
all.
24 of your rolls today.
Yeah, the throne is not quite centered on the tile set.
Just
So
about 1/4.
Exactly 1/4. Yep.
Okay. I'm good at arithmetic.
Okay. Jonelle's gonna step forward and let's do a series of motions. And again, this is which ends in a spin kick, which will send out a arc of flame. He's gonna do searing arc strike.
that's a dexterity save on his part.
Yeah. There we-
14.
14 damage unless he saves.
All right, let's see.
Searing arc
21. He takes 7.
Jonelle kicks fire.
Yoga flame. All right, then it is Hornguard's turn, and having risen to the challenge, she will immediately close the distance and go for Krethik.
Excellent. I approve.
Time to get our flanking on, flanking on, flanking on.
Does the 15 hit you?
A 15 that does not.
All right, second
Yeah,
attack.
if anyone has abilities that stun or disable him, that would actually be really awesome.
12 also
can
misses.
be stunned. but-
12 does miss. Kink, kink.
Fair.
I mean, I can disable him, but it'll put him in an alternate dimension for a period of time.
That
That
kind of
might
defeats
not
the
actually
point.
be the worst idea. Banish and hold action is really, really good.
It would, however, douse my holy weapon. So
That's fair. Wait
Esmeralda
until you
kind
use
of
it naturally, I guess.
steps over. You know, to hell with this, she says as she kind of puts her hand out to the side toward Vladimir, and this arc of lightning just kind of crackles up her arm and then blasts a lightning bolt through Vladimir.
Gonna be about the only opportunity she's gonna get to do that.
today, yeah.
Fails to save. He takes 31 points of lightning damage. Zorm, it's your turn.
I'm going to move over to here. I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon, which is not a concentration spell.
It is not.
It is not.
1 second.
To summon a silver greatsword above Krethic.
This is just a token that I always use for spiritual weapons.
That's fine.
Controlled by Zorm. There you go.
And it's above Krethic. I'm going to put it slightly off kilter so Krethic can still acquire his hit.
Appreciate it. Well, it's going underneath me anyways.
There you go. And both it and I are going to be attacking with advantage.
Yep.
I think we determined at some point that
They can
not get flanking.
They can get flanking. They can't provide flanking, but he's already flanking with you.
True.
Yeah, I'm flanking with you and it's flanking with me. So all the flanking. So it attacks with advantage, and I just cast it at second level, so I can hold my higher level spell slots for healing stuff. I'm assuming a 26 hits.
Yep.
I hope so.
It deals 11 points of force damage, and I'm Great Weapon Master Swinging with a natural 20, which is really good because that means that my Divine Strike and Holy Weapon also get doubled. So that's
Ow!
15 plus 12
27,
plus
47,
9 slashing damage.
58 damage.
So 15 plus 12 plus 9 slashing damage, and then 5, 6, 7, 14, 20, 22 radiant damage. So just with the greatsword.
Ow! You're gonna use. You already used your bonus
Yeah, I
action.
used my bonus action to summon the spiritual weapon.
Which, I mean, really, I think you might just do more damage just by using the greatsword for your bonus action rather than your spiritual weapon.
Yeah, but I can only use my War Priest feature 5 times.
That's
I
fair.
can't do it anymore. So I'm trying to
Krethic.
save that just in case.
All right. So, I'll save that for later, or I'll save that for. I think will probably be good. So I'm going to attack. And I will. Let's see. Next thing you. So invisible. Yeah, I will attack and probably pump some smiting in. Advantage. 26. And we'll make that. We'll just make that one first level spell at this point. So there's 11 slashing plus 3d6 or 3d8. 20, so 31.
Ow.
And second attack.
That's 20 radiant damage too, if it matters.
I'm going to use. I hope that this works. I am going to use my save face. People are looking at me. I'm swinging at the bad guy. I
1,
can't
2,
fail.
3, 4. Yeah, actually, saving face gives you exactly what you need to hit him.
Beautiful.
So, as you bring this battle axe in a second time for the second strike, his blade is coming up to meet it, and you just get that sudden urge of like that sort of self-imposed shame that a lot of hobgoblins feels like. No, I cannot fail in this moment. This is my moment, and you just kind of push through, and move your arm even faster to get the axe through under his right.
Vladimir, stop making me look bad in front of my friends. And you know what? For fun, let's see. I think I'm out of... No, I still got one first level spell, but I'm going to say that. Let's pump a second level spell into this one. So that will be 7 slashing, and that would be 46.
I feel like if you have to save face to hit, you're obligated to use a higher level spell slot for the spell.
Right? It is classic overcompensation. Nice.
Ooh.
Good.
So 7 slashing and 26 radiant. And
He's taking
You
a
know
lot
what?
of damage in this first round of combat.
He has.
let's just because I think it'll be funny if it works, I'm going to shield push him.
Into me.
So that is an athletics roll.
You get to direct your shove. Where are you trying to shove him to?
I figure probably like, oops, that's the wrong. That is not the arrow, but that direction.
Well, that way, yeah. Okay.
So he will basically land like there, and there's still lots of room for people to swarm around him.
All right, roll me your athletics.
16.
When he rolls an 8, yeah, you shove him into that square.
So whack,
He's
whack.
prone, right?
Yeah, does he get knocked prone by that?
Yes.
No. You have to either shove them to a different space or shove them prone in their space. Did you want to shove him prone in his space?
Hold on. Are you shield man?
You can attempt a shove, and shove is either a 5-foot shift or prone.
Oh, I was thinking. You're correct. In that case, I will knock him on his ass.
Okay, so he stays in that square, but
I
goes
got momentarily confused between that and thunderous.
and thunderous. Yeah. So he stays in his space, but he goes prone.
So you just
He gets-
uppercut him with the shield.
Whack! Whack! Boom!
Hello.
All right, so it's Connie's turn now.
Connie's not going to admit that she's scared of dying to this guy again, so she's just going to rage.
John, I now need you to say in Zorm's voice, "Is it me you're looking for?"
Hello. Is it me you're looking for?
There we go.
And great sword attack and great sword attack. Oh, that rolled twice, so I guess
Both of those hit.
cool. And Divine Fury and second
This
attack.
poor bastard's like, I killed you all once. This will be evil.
To be fair,
We got muscle.
Yeah.
We literally went away, hired some muscle, and came back.
To be fair, he also doesn't get his ghost warriors helping him again this time.
Yeah.
Because those were ghosts, not revenants. They
Oh,
don't
is he
come
dead
back.
already?
Yeah, he's already gone.
Yes.
It didn't even come back to Jonelle.
That's hilarious.
Connie, how do you want to do
I
this?
kill you again. Whack, 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 whack.
Connie, how do you want to do this?
Just under her breath as the sword slits through his throat, she goes, "Told you I'd win." And no one but the spirits know that she's not talking to the guy in front of her.
So planting the great sword into the revenant's throat, you just kind of dig into and sort of lean into his face. But the person you're talking to isn't the corpse. It's the ASMR that you can still see over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And so that fight is over.
This didn't seem like a particularly difficult challenge.
That went much easier than I thought it would.
Go flip through the book. Challenges are much easier to overcome when flips through a lot trying to find the right thing. Don't burn other people. Especially not those who are beautiful.
I feel like that's a reference to something I don't know.
It seems as if the thing was overconfident.
Also, well, last
As
time
we all know, that is a flimsy shield.
Last time, however, he also had a cadre of spectral warriors that do not appear to have made themselves manifest this time.
That would have made it a little harder, yes.
So looking at the 3 holy warriors here, is there any way to cleanse his throne? Anything to...
I feel like we knew what we were doing last time we were here. It has been a month.
You knew that there was something at the top of this place, or near the top, that was being indicated by whatever spirit was haunting this place.
Can I investigate, see if I can find what might be the holding him here or whatever?
Sure, you can look around the room.
Investigation, perception, what do you want me to roll?
Roll me investigation.
Could I make a religion check to
Oh,
determine?
sorry, no advantage.
What might be
13.
holding these spirits here?
You can roll religion, try and take a guess. Yeah. 13. There doesn't seem to be anything in this room in particular that seems to be a centerpiece of the curse. The throne is carved after a silver dragon, but does not appear to have anything special about it. What you do notice with your investigation is his sword is very, very nice.
Krethic has taken... Oh, sorry, go ahead. Krethic has taken a knee and is doing a last rites over... basically a blessing over the body, in the hopes that perhaps it might be at rest at last. And if it is not, we will soon ensure that that will be the case.
Examine the sword. Would that be an Arcana roll?
Yeah.
I made a 20 on my religion check, by the way.
1 second.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, based on your understanding of the things that cause revenants to form, and how this seems to be an entire area that has been struck by this, you suspect there is likely a central focal point that has been wronged in some way. Perhaps a holy site that has been desecrated, or some form of ritual center that has been profaned, that is acting as the center point of the curse that is keeping these people bound.
Did it seem like that ritual, that altar in the chapel, was it?
Definitely wasn't the altar. You'd probably recognize it if you saw it.
We've been through most of the mansion. Can I think of anywhere that we haven't?
There is another floor. You know that there were parapets on the roof that you have not been to.
Something
with a 13 Arcana, do I have any idea?
It's definitely a magic sword. It doesn't seem to be any kind of special magic sword, but it's a magic sword.
It is best that a blade not be around for the waking of ugly evil.
What kind of sword did he have?
A great sword.
I will reach down and sort of pick it up to inspect it.
I am already holding it.
Oh, I thought you were just looking at it. Never mind.
I rolled an Arcana while holding it.
I misunderstood that you had picked it up.
Sorry.
I mean,
the fight over the great sword.
I really like the idea that Connie took it and Zor just walked up and takes it out of her hands. It's like,
No, if Connie's holding it, I wasn't gonna touch it. I just thought I thought it was on the floor.
Okay.
Let's find the source of this evil.
Yes.
Keep my holy weapon active for now, because
You'll eventually find this out when you swing it at something, but it's a +2 greatsword.
Cool. I'm keeping that.
my greatsword is silvered. I paid the extra 100 gold to get it silvered.
I didn't have that because I was a starting character.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Up then,
So
I
yeah,
believe was what was said.
I guess
Ethic starts
Yeah.
going up.
we're
continue
gonna look
upwards.
for that source of the corruption.
All right.
I'll attune to that later, but I've added it to my inventory.
It's
for
a
now.
+2 greatsword. It doesn't require attunement.
Oh, cool.
Yep. You can just go, I like this.
Which, I mean, now there's a free greatsword if Krethik wants to join the greatsword club.
Shield Master.
I get it.
But the greatsword club.
Look, if I had taken Great Weapon Master with the thought of maybe one day I'll get a great sword, that would be one thing.
Yeah.
right.
No, it's
So the group of you continue on.
Hey, look, there's a staircase.
Yeah, so you all make your way
Let's
to the
go to the
staircase.
staircase.
Let me plant you on the next floor and see how much box text there is, because I'm almost certain there is.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
There's a big hole in the roof.
I feel
there
like
is
we
what
would have spotted
appears-
that from the room below. Guys, there was a hole in the roof the whole time.
There appears to be something up here, and that is right where Krethik is going once we get the description.
Let's get
All
the
right,
box
so-
text first.
Wait, my friends. We must await the box text.
It starts to scroll down from the ceiling, from the sky.
Late
So-
night streams, folks.
as you rise to the roof, you find the destroyed remnants of what was once the upper landing, and a 20-foot diameter hole in the mansion's roof is directly above what would have been, yes, the throne room. The rubble on the roof surrounding the hole is difficult terrain. The roof is sloped and covered with cracked stone tiles. And perched on the rooftop overlooking the parapet is a silver-plated gargoyle shaped like a dragon wormling. And an ancient ballista rotted by time and weather stands behind the battlements on the tower rooftop. And then strewn atop the roof toward the front of the mansion is the wreckage of a ballista. Flanking the wreckage are two stone turrets with conical rooftops and narrow doors. And then from the on the other end, beyond a ragged edge of stone, is a 60-foot plunge to the rubble-strewn ground below. A few rafters stick out from beneath the stone, which is directly south of you. And then finally, the parapet narrows to a width of 10 feet directly to your east, ending before a sturdy wooden door set into the wall of the eastern tower, which goes
Where's
even
that
higher.
gargoyle thing?
How did we get up here? Hang on, I'm confused as to where the stairs are.
Right behind you.
Okay, it's this
Right
tower
here.
right there. Thank you, I was lost. It's like, wait.
Where's the
I'm gonna delete the dynamic lighting on the roof. So you,
Oh, there we go.
Kinda.
boop 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 boop.
I imagine that whatever the cause of this is likely over there, I say, pointing to the door, while Krethik is walking towards the gargoyle.
Does this look like it was blown from? It collapsed, or was this destroyed from the outside going down, or from below?
it looks like it was probably destroyed from the outside going down. Krethik, as you walk over to the gargoyle, you hear as you walk by this whispering voice whisper to you, "When the dragon dreams its dream within its rightful tomb, the light of Argynvost will beam and rid this land of gloom."
Grathic, you look like you're hearing
Excuse me.
voices.
Huh?
That's a
Excuse- Did you not say that this was something about a dragon in relation to this place?
Yes. So
I
supposed
will-
to be-
I will find some way to recap that this was apparently a sanctuary held by a dragon that Strahd somehow corrupted Argynvost being said dragon and also worshipped as a holy figure. I'm not going to try and find soon text.
No, that's fine.
Just
That's
take
fine.
as read that it exists.
Do we know where that dragon's remains are?
No.
Why are you asking?
Because something just told me.
I'm
That
going to
if-
detect good and evil.
But that if we put the dragons to rest,
Just in case.
So as you detect good and evil,
Argynvost will be restored.
nope, nothing within range.
Connie is going to walk up to the pointed out door and check it, by which I mean try and open it.
You open the door.
I'm walking after
It
Connie.
opens. A rickety wooden landing and a staircase cling to the walls of this tower. The stairs lead up to another landing 20 feet above, and the floor of the chapel lies 60 feet below.
I'm gonna head up to that next level, I guess. Because the chapel's where we fought those guys, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Connie, you head up. Wrong side. Head up this side.
Alright.
Creaky stairs climb to a wooden landing with 3 windows that look out over the roof of the mansion. Flanking the windows are 2 narrow wooden doors, and then another set of stairs going even further up.
Stairs first. I assume the others are following, but
Yes, well, we will assume as much.
Yeah.
Grathic.
Ah,
And then all of you arrive at the top level.
Well, just fun when we got moved, and I got moved again.
Yep. So, wooden stairs climb to the tower's peak, which has a stone floor and a 30-foot high roof. Ravens roost on crisscrossing rafters, coming and going through small holes in the roof. 10-foot high, 5-foot wide arched windows are evenly spaced around the walls. Each window consists of a lead latticework fitted with small panes of transparent glass.
do these seem like ravens or those ravens?
They seem to be. They watch you with interest, but they don't seem to be aggressive or potentially violent.
No, I mean, are they unusually smart?
They seem to be. They don't seem to be were-ravens,
Okay, cool.
but they do seem intelligent enough to watch you, basically.
If there's nothing else up here, I guess we head to the doors.
Um,
John, are you saying something?
No, it's just Zorm moves over to one of the windows. I move over to one of the windows and look out and try to determine if the hole in the roof looks like it may have been made from a dragon falling through it.
So, first off, to the north and east lies a mist-shrouded valley with dark woods, a small town, and a lonely windmill on a precipice. To the south, a river flows through a foggy marsh. To the west, between rocky hills, you glimpse an abbey perched on a snowy mountainside beyond a long stretch of fog-smothered pines. Although you recognize the town to the north is the one that you arrived in from the mists. Looking out, it's definitely some kind of large crash. Something fell into there and caused the falling damage.
I'm curious if we were to follow that hole down all the way to its conclusion, if we would not find some clue as to where this dragon ended.
Is there nothing here at the top of this tower?
Again, I'm not gonna try and figure out. We should check the floor below this first because it'd be really annoying to have to trek all the way back up here because we were wrong about down there.
That's fair.
The lady speaks true.
So checking the doors, the two doors on the lower level on our way back down from the top, I guess.
With apologies to the GM for making him drag us all over the map.
Yeah, I mean, this map is built like that. It's not designed for players to transfer themselves.
One level down, checking doors.
There was 2 doors. We're checking those.
So I will basically shortcut this and say that the only room that is particularly interesting when you open it is this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because
the other one was a closet.
Oh, hey, there's stuff to fight, maybe.
Through the dust and cobwebs, the lower floor.
Oh, there we go. No, I was trying to find where on the map we were.
Yeah. Through the dust and cobwebs, you see faded war banners adorning the walls of a spacious chamber, in the center of which stands a heavy wooden table. An iron chandelier hangs above the table, which is surrounded by 6 high-backed chairs with wood-carved dragons perched atop them. Slumped in 5 of the chairs are skeletal humans in tattered chainmail. The corpses all tilt their heads in your direction. One of them growls, "Why do you, the living, disturb the dead?"
Because you have not found your way to your rest.
There is no rest so long as the shadow of Argynvost lies uncleansed over this
Then
place.
let us cleanse that shadow.
That is most certainly our goal.
If you tell us where the dead dragon is, we can fix it.
How do you fancy a trip to the castle of the Count Strahd?
Is that where the dead dragon is?
Well, we were on the way anyway.
The death of Argynvost enraged the spirit of Vladimir Horngard, the lord of our order. He and all of us returned to our bodies to ever watch this place. We killed many of Strahd's soldiers, but it was not enough, and his shadow still holds over this place. But as a final insult, Strahd took the skull of our lord, the dragon Argynvost, and kept it enshrined in his castle as a trophy. If you can return the skull and place it within the mausoleum beneath this keep, then the light of Argynvost will shine once more on this land.
Sounds good. You wouldn't happen to have any precious magical treasures that would assist in this endeavor, would you?
I assure you, we will do so.
When the ugly ones say things I agree with. She doesn't say that out loud. She's not allowed to.
I've determined that a true neutral cleric is just a sarcastic cleric.
I do love that we have like levels of traditional tact going from barbarian to cleric in exact opposite order.
So we have nothing to offer you, nor can we aid you without word from our lord, and I doubt he would give it.
Who is your lord?
He's not really in the talking mood right now.
Horngard is the commander of our order.
Yes, well, we just put him down for the moment. I know he will be back. But I don't know how your order works, but both in the hierarchy of the Silver Flame and the military order I belong to before that. When one leader is incapacitated, it must fall to another to make those decisions until such person is able to return.
We await the orders of either Vladimir Horngard or Argynvost himself.
There is no third in command.
Seems like
That would be myself, Lord Godfrey Gwilym.
Lord Godfrey.
But I am bound, and you and I both know that Horngard is not gone.
For the time being. I know he will be back very soon.
There is little aid that I can offer you, and your
Very
presence vexes me the longer you remain here. The urge to kill is difficult to keep down. I would rather you leave than this come to blows.
fair enough.
We shall return once we have retrieved the skull of Argynvostok.
We will put you to rest.
Let's
Rest.
see how Connie does.
Skeleton, like,
A non-natural.
But that is a 1.
What
but
do you
not a
think?
natural one.
So Connie sort of looks between them, flips frustratedly in her book. It does not behoove us to turn our backs to evil.
I think it doesn't really matter what way you turn. There's going to be evil behind you in this land, really, no matter what direction you face.
There is, Lady Connie. There are two things we could do. We could remain here, systematically waiting for one and then the other to pop up, and smash them down in turn for all eternity, or we can resolve the situation permanently by leaving it here. I am as offended by the existence of these creatures as you are. This is the entire dedication of my order. That said, I think the better move is to find this permanent solution.
We'll give her another check because you reframed it as a tactic.
I'll roll a persuasion if I need to.
That is fair. Actually, just roll a persuasion against her. I guess insight would be the proper roll.
18.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
She looks deeply offended that she is agreeing with someone so ugly, but does not attack the skeletons.
It's like twice in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, look, you guys knew this character was here.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's just fun.
No.
It's the deeply offended at agreeing with someone so ugly twice in like 2 minutes. It's fun.
Yeah, he's vexing because he's both ugly and doing the right thing.
It's almost like I knew there was a Cleric of Soon in the party, and I wanted to see that Cleric of Soon struggle with the idea of beauty of character and soul versus beauty of outside.
Yeah.
Because honestly, Krethik is the most beautiful character on the inside of this entire group.
Zorm is exactly as beautiful on the outside as he is on the inside.
Okay.
Which is to say, not very.
I guess we leave.
We will return, and hopefully when we do, speaking to Godfrey, you will rest at last.
Rest would be a welcome change.
And we go.
I step away from the door and then step back, just double checking. There's no like hidden magical treasure troves or anything in the building.
No.
Oh, yes!
Okay.
Insight check.
Actually, yeah.
I
insight
really
check.
like that he's just basically in it for...
Never mind.
Skeletons are really hard to read.
They are.
Hang on.
I mean, everything that would be an expression on his face has been rotted away.
15.
Hang on. I'm gonna go with the natural 20 because he really has no reason to give you any information. So yeah.
That's fair.
That's fair. That's fair. Fair enough. Fair enough. Turn follow.
Are you sure you don't have any loot? We did just kind of rock your keep.
Also, I don't say this, but I am keeping the sword.
Of course you are. Oh man, Vladimir's gonna be so pissed when he comes back and like, all right, I'm back. It's been a while since that. Now where's my? God damn it!
He has like a basement full of +2 long swords and +2 great axes, just below the basement that the players need to find
Right.
for every time this happens.
Yeah. All right. Where to
All right.
next?
I believe I heard. I know this is suicidal. I believe I heard some mention of a castle.
Flips through the book. There was mention of. Okay, I'm not gonna try this right now. Basically, we did talk about trying to sneak in and sneak out. It doesn't seem like we have a group that can do that.
No.
I look at Esmeralda. I still don't know your name, but
Esmeralda Devonier.
Zod. Where's this castle?
To the east. Across the river. Through the woods.
we have to get in and possibly out without Strahd noticing us. Which
We are not ready for this Strahd, I don't believe. But if we do,
If we time our
My-
arrival for during the day, we may be able to catch him when he is resting. And
my kinsman, back where I come from, had a term for this. They called it a smash and grab.
that sounds accurate, actually.
It's a
You
rating.
go in, you go in, you brute force in, you get what you need. Apparently, weapons to destroy this vampire, dragon skull. You get out, and then you prepare for the actual final combat.
Which, if we can go in while Strahd rests, recuperates, whatever vampires do during the day.
Then we'll only have to worry about the defenses he has within the castle itself.
Indeed.
This should avoid, and it's been months and months and months since we mentioned this. The room where our final confrontation is supposed to take place, which I believe is the grave of the dude.
The portrait was the specific
Yeah.
fortune that you got was in the tomb of the man that Strahd envies most, which
Yeah,
based
and
on
we
the
got
passage
a
from
diary that confirmed that was
his
guy
brother Sergei.
Yep.
married the lady because he feels friend zoned.
Yeah.
Right. So, if everything that has been explained to me in side banter on the way here to this castle is correct, then we need to bust down the door, find a nice sword, find a dragon skull, stay away from the crypt of his brother whose wife he wanted to bone, and then come back here, free these people, train up, kill the vampire. Then I can get the fuck out of here, right?
That sums it up nicely.
I mean, I would not put it even remotely close to that way. But that does seem to be the gist of it, yes.
Then to the castle we go.
All right. I'm excited. I'm not even going to make you roll random encounters because I want to get to the castle.
We try to time it so we arrive at
picks
daytime.
up the players and is like, no, interesting thing. Love it.
I hope you like my description of our objectives.
All right. There's a lot that goes into Castle Ravenloft,
I
so
assume
give me a
I assume we
second.
get a long rest between now and then.
Yeah, probably.
If not, we're taking one.
Yeah, we need to at least
We get a long rest.
scout out and case the place over the course of a day.
Which is when
I
all
will
this
also
box text and
communicate
stuff
that
comes.
I have a healer's kit, so I can stabilize people.
I've got like 6 uses on mine left.
And also I don't cost any money to revive, which is worth knowing.
Good.
That is very good to know. I do have Revivify as my prepared 3rd level spell.
Yeah.
In addition to whatever it is that what are the ones that I get or that I get automatically.
Connie's the only one who's going to be able to benefit from Revivify.
I have
Though I'm also the one who I can take a lot of hits for you.
Yeah.
assuming that the game master will allow me to change gold for diamonds. I have 300 gold that I can use.
I would say you could have diamonds on you from before you got here.
What's the cost of diamond that Revivify requires normally?
300 gold.
300.
So
300 gold.
I have 1 diamond.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
diamond.
It's just with 2 people that can cast that spell, it's worth.
I like the idea that it is 1 diamond worth 100 gold, 1 diamond worth 150, 2 diamonds that are each worth 37.5 gold pieces. Let's see.
Also,
And then 1 diamond that's worth 120, or that's worth 75.
if Connie goes down and it takes more than a minute to pick her back up, don't worry, I can raise dead later.
Excellent.
I could also raise
I don't know if that
undead.
conversation really works like in universe, but it's a thing.
All right.
I really like that there's an isometric map of Ravenloft, but it's really not going to be useful for Roll20 games.
Mm-hmm.
We'll at least kind of scout out the area, see if we can see from any defenses from the outside.
Sure. Let me see what you
Nice.
might be able to.
That's going to be part of the box text. I'm going to plan my spells real quick while William is finding box text to read.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of box text. Let me tell you.
Yeah, are we going to? Is this going to be long rest time and possibly switch out spells and shit?
Yeah, you can take a long rest and switch
Okay.
out stuff.
Cool.
What do I want? What seems useful? If only silence moved with me, it'd be really a lot more useful.
Yes, yeah. I think I'm gonna drop heroism.
You can use stuff like enhanceability if you're trying to stealth.
Yeah,
I believe. Sorry, I have a fairly encyclopedic
but
knowledge of this stuff.
enhanceability is a
It
constant.
may also be worth taking something like Long Strider.
Do I have access to Longstrider?
I think you have access to some of those spells.
Longstrider's a druid spell, and my circle doesn't have it. My type,
Mm-hmm.
my domain doesn't give it to me.
I thought there was one movement spell cleric's got. It may actually be freedom of movement.
Yeah, freedom of movement, which I do have.
I will dump because we're dealing with a bunch of undead, and they tend to be pretty sturdy in terms of being frightened. Let's dump Wrathful for Searing among the smites.
The thing I love about a barbarian, you don't have to plan.
Right?
One thing of playing like a sorcerer over a wizard is like, yeah, I don't have to plan this out. I got what I got.
though, other
I'm
thing
really
because
tempted to get Fine Steed and just ride along next to you guys.
I mean, we're riding in a cart, so it's not necessarily a bad plan.
Yeah.
So one thing that you would have encountered at the fork in the road that leads up towards Castle Ravenloft,
Mm-hmm.
which I will take you back towards just a little bit. Parked at the fork in the road, pointed east, is a large black carriage drawn by two black horses. The horses snort puffs of steamy breath into the chill mountain air. The side door of the carriage swings open silently. Do you just keep going past it, or do you inspect it?
Oh,
I'm
checking
inspecting
that
the
shit
fuck out of that.
Does anything come
Yeah,
out?
we're looking at this thing.
As a clarification and an addendum, also remember, not just the weapon, but the holy item we need is also in Castle Strahd.
That's okay. It's a good thing one of us has locate object prepared.
Yes.
Ew.
As you look around, this carriage is completely empty. There is nothing in it. There is nothing on it. It is just a black carriage pulled by these two strange horses. And the door just swung open, presumably inviting you.
Try and figure out if the horses are, like, if they are mechanically beasts or something else.
So
they're definitely beasts.
I am going to
This-
use.
this
I want
seems like a bad idea, but oftentimes when magical
By that
carriages
point, Connie's already inside.
magical
I-
Always
carriages
like, well,
appear-
this might not be okay. She's going in.
as I approach, I am using divine sense.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
They are actually just horses, so they don't actually read as undead.
And there's nothing. I don't detect anything inside.
Not really.
That isn't okay. Undead or celestial or fiend.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm swapping out tongues for daylight.
Okay. That's probably good.
I do like, by the way, the fact that divine sense specifically reads, you know, the type of being whose presence you sense, but not its identity. The vampire Count Strahd von Zarevich, for example.
You would sense a vampire, but not necessarily that it was Strahd.
I like that they took the time to, because you know somebody was like, no, I know that it's a vamp. I know that it won't tell you what the identity is, but this is Strahd, man.
I'm also going to swap out mass healing word
I like.
for guardian of faith.
Okay.
That's almost certainly something they put in as flavor text, but I like the idea it was a thing that came up during playtesting.
Yep.
All right. And then this might seem like a bad idea, but normally, as Connie gets into the carriage, normally when a mysterious carriage appears to whisk you away, what ends up happening on the other end is either incredibly dangerous or incredibly worthwhile. But in either case, there is
And this
treasure
is
at
about the
the
Krethic
end.
is inside.
Esmeralda's like, you guys know I have my own. You know what?
I mean,
I don't
I'm
want.
not going to sit down for a ride. I'm inspecting the inside.
You know what? At this point, I honestly don't want to bring my carriage up to that castle.
I
That's
like
also
that
fair.
there is a pitch going on for why we should go in that we are clearly not listening to as we file in.
It's more for Jonelle and Esmeralda at this point.
That's fair.
Jonelle's like going, oh God. Maybe it's best to Esmeralda, maybe it's best that you find a place to seclude your wagon in the forest.
Oh, if anyone tries to take this, it will explode on them.
I'm
Oh,
also
yeah, but-
swapping out mass cure wounds for dawn, just in case.
I thought you already smashed
I swapped out
Oh.
mass healing word.
mass healing.
But
word.
still, to lessen the chances of it blowing up, you might want to pull it into the forest.
I don't think they're going to give me the time. They all seem to be piling in.
I haven't gotten in yet.
I'm dumping branding smite since I really feel like searing smite is all the smite you need.
All you need is smite.
A 4
Oh.
or a vitality.
I'm
because
not swapping out
let's
Mass
face
Cure
it, we
Wounds
need
for
the health.
Dawn because I realized that Dawn, I don't have the material component for it. So instead, I'm just going to swap out Mass Cure Wounds for Mass Healing Word because it's a lower level spell slot.
That's fair.
And I've got Prayer of Healing.
Yeah. I'm investigating the inside once we get to that point.
Does everyone pile in?
I'll wait for them to finish investigating the inside and then pile in.
It appears to be a nicely upholstered black carriage on the inside. There does not appear to be anything out of sorts, aside from the fact that it's completely fucking empty.
Can I try and determine if it is magical in some way?
Oh, it's definitely magical. The door opened on its own. There's some kind of magic here. You don't know what, but there's magic at work. This is not natural.
Nothing sitting into the driver's seat, is there?
No.
I'm going to walk back out and try something. Can I walk back out, I guess?
Yeah, you can step out.
Right. Can I untether the horses?
Not really.
Okay. That's fine.
Like, you honestly don't see where they're tethered to begin with.
Okay, they're not attached in some way.
I mean, you can only assume, because why else would they be standing there? And they definitely wear bit and bridle, but it doesn't seem to be attached. It has that like video game thing of they didn't want to animate the ropes attaching to the carriage.
Those are just gonna clip through everything.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm all up for taking this carriage ride.
I'm already inside, and I have pretty much just settled in at this point.
All right, so I'm assuming everyone gets into the carriage.
Reluctantly.
We are so gonna die.
All right,
We're
so
gonna die horribly.
Either death,
As the horse goes, carriage goes off the side of the cliff.
either death or treasure awaits.
and so the carriage door swings shut, and the carriage slowly starts to roll up the hill as the horses pull.
Strahd wouldn't make a trap this obvious, would he?
I think we've already determined that we can't stealth. So taking the most obvious approach is obviously...
That's exactly why Krethic is chilling inside.
Yeah.
Like, he practically invited you. I mean...
I really get the feeling that this is the equivalent of the like piece of cheese underneath the box propped up by a stick.
We just dove for it. Mine!
After winding
those... At least one of you has a wisdom modifier. Two of you.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Well, okay, I think I have +1. No, I do not. I do not have a bonus.
Okay, but the monk and the...
I do.
Yes.
I do as well. But my
After
wisdom
one-
is tempered by my greed.
After winding through the forest and craggy mountain peaks, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and the startling, awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you. They used the word awesome. I'm not kidding.
I believe you.
The carriage comes to a dead stop before twin turrets of stone, broken from years of exposure. Beyond these guard towers is the precipice of a 50-foot wide, fog-filled chasm that disappears into unknown depths. A lower drawbridge of old, shored-up wooden beams stretches across the chasm, between you and the archway to the courtyard. The chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind, their rust-eaten iron straining under the weight. From atop the high walls, stone gargoyles stare at you out of their hollow eye sockets and grin hideously. A rotting wooden portcullis, green with growth, hangs above the entry tunnel. Beyond this location, the main doors of Ravenloft stand open. A rich, warm light spills from within, flooding the courtyard. Torches flutter sadly in sconces on both sides of the open doors.
I grin back at the gargoyles. See who flinches first.
They are made of stone.
I actually roll by, it just does the anime thing of like cracking.
shall we?
I believe that was implied.
Yep.
All right.
Bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum.
Why are you humming that?
It is the battle chant of the Silver Flame.
Are you sure you're a paladin group?
I mean, it fits kind of, actually, now that I think about it.
From what I know of the Silver Flame, that fits.
A little bit. They're a little more benevolent than the Empire. They have good intentions.
So does the Empire.
No, they don't.
Their good intentions
They
are you will all bow to
legitimately
me.
do
Aaron will
not.
sidebar the entire discussion of the Empire for later.
I feel
But note that I have sidebar. But I mean, structurally, the Silver Flame has similarities.
I mean, yes, because the Silver Flame is basically Eberron Catholic Church, and the Empire is basically Star Wars bureaucracy in general, which fits
Yeah.
many things, including the Catholic Church.
And
Oh, look, there we are.
indeed we are.
Give me 1 second for box text. I just gotta get Esmeralda on the field as well.
Behold, the box text descends from the
idea that
sky.
Esmeralda starts to walk up and it just sees the bunch of boom, 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 and she's like, "Well, I guess I will wait for the next adventurers." And turns around and walks.
I like the
over.
idea that at least one of us runs face first into the box text. Ah, my fucking nose.
Thick, cold fog swirls in this courtyard. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle, you see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's open main doors. By the way, it's raining. Warm light
The fuck
spills
did this
out
come
of the
from?
entrance, flooding the courtyard. High above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron frame. And as you enter the courtyard of Castle Ravenloft, that is where we will end for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Adios.
Goodbye. As soon as I find my mouse, and get it to the correct place.